If you're looking for a very easy to obtain self-only shrink item, there's one that drops in the deep at the western corner here. If you see here on the map, it's kind of tucked away. The easiest way to get to it is to go across the Invis Bridge, take the northern path. There's going to be some sea Invis mobs up, most likely. You could maybe get away with invising and kind of running through, but I would try to con stuff on the way there. But once you're there, you're going to set up into these little tunnel here. You know you're in the right place when you see this odd-looking blue gem here. And the mob that you're looking for has a ridiculously difficult name to pronounce. We're just going to call him Koxiux the Imperceptible. And he is basically a tiny version of one of these predator mobs that permeate the deep zone. There's about 4 or 5 of these static spawns back here, and the name spawn is the one that I'm fighting right now that you can see, a horror guard. It could be an evoker or any of the other mob types as a placeholder. The spawn time is around 12.5 minutes, and there's about 4 mobs around this one besides the placeholder. Now, for me, the rate of drop tended to be around, I had to kill him about 3 or 4 times to get a wand. It's self-only, it's no drop. Just basically a right-click self-only shrink called Wand of Imperceptibility. And within those spawns, it took about, I'd say he shows up, for me at least, 1 out of every 3 or 4 rotations he will actually show up. You could get more lucky than this. You could, unfortunately, be less lucky. For me, it took about 2 different trips down here to finally walk away with the wand. When you do catch him in the spawn, he's most likely going to drop this little red cloaks, and you may end up with a bag full of these things. Shrink is pretty important, especially when you start to raid, and buying shrink potions or trying to arrange a shaman to be in your group to give you a shrink isn't always an option. So, while this may take, might take anywhere from 1 to several hours to camp, I do think it's very beneficial to have this if you're unable to shrink yourself. So, there you have it, a fairly easy to obtain self-only shrink item in Shadows of Luclin, available in the western caverns of the Deep Zone. Good luck out there.